Hi everyone, I'm Kimberly. This is Journal Breeze. Thank you for stopping by. Today we're going to put more into this 1930s journal. I think I'm going to have to remove the spine. Yeah, pretty much everything in here is vintage. There's probably, I don't know, very few pieces, maybe 10 that aren't, and everything else is. And I haven't put in any of the historical things. Well, I shouldn't say that. I have put in some historical things, so I won't say that. But I have these things left to put in that are specifically events that I put together in a timeline, and it's just been really fun doing that. So I found pictures that I had never seen before, pictures that were not commonly the ones that are shown when they talk about, famous people or famous events, and I'm going to place these. So there's blank spaces in here to be sure. And so what I thought, and I'm also going to put, I have stamps that commemorate a lot of these events. They're not stamps from the day, they're commemorative stamps. So they depict the thing, but they came out later, so that's cool. I don't care. And I have to say, it's been fun. I'm enjoying the process. So let me give you a very quick flip through. I won't pull anything out, and I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Like, that's really hard for me not to explain. But I will, of course, give you a thorough flip through at some point. And when we are filling it in, maybe I'll be able to say some things. But there's so much to say, and I don't want to spend forever. So I'm going to try to just give you a sense of the overall thing. I'd love your feedback, what you think, and then we'll have time to do some additions. And everything is changeable. Nothing's glued in. I mean, some things are, but I mean, they aren't sewn in. They aren't sewn together. I may not use this background. I mean, everything is, changeable. I'm going to glue this here. I'm going to This is where I have the timeline. It's 4 pages. I typed it in the New Courier font, and so it looks old. I aged the paper. It's all wobbly. This is the bag I have yet to cut. This is a magazine I own, and I didn't want to rip it, so I've made copies of some of the pages. This is a piece of ephemera I made. Did a video on it using book pages that tell a story. And then this is a faux tin type I made. I wanted a reference to the time of year. So these are leaf makers. They are repairing the leaves. Isn't that sweet? So it's got some cool stuff inside. I'll show you the flip through. This was hand done. This is not a manufacturer. This is somebody who used carbon paper to copy a pattern. A pocket and a pocket. That's a digital. I'm going to glue this down as a pocket. I'm going to put this over here. So I'm debating about having this doily here. It's made of some kind of a, I don't know, it's not, it doesn't feel like a regular cotton. Maybe it's a blend, cotton and rayon. Maybe it's just rayon. I don't know, it just feels really different. I don't know where I would use it. It's probably machine made. I don't know. Tell me what you think. This is from a photo album that I bought at that market that I went to recently. Look at this little girl sitting on her front porch with her dolls and her stuffed animals, her little stuffed bear sitting in a little wheelchair, and her little baby doll, another bear with her doll. Is that cute? Look at her. She's on like a bike. A bow in her hair. I made this. I dried this hyacinth. First day of issue. And I'm thinking about having this. This is the center of the signature. So I'm thinking about having this on there. I don't really like the color, so I'm going to put it there. All of these are historically relevant. I'm just not going into it right now, but everything that you think, why would I have that in there? They're all indicative of what happened in the 30s, like Mickey Mouse. This is like an old storefront that people put up individual booths to sell their goods. And they have benches, and isn't that a hoot? It's like an indoor flea market or something. This is a digital on coffee dyed paper. This is another faux tintype that I made, and tell a story in the book page around it. That's a digital. This is a page from the book, and I did a bio on a certain time in her life. digital. I'm thinking of gluing this on the back. I live near Santa Barbara. I live between Santa Barbara and LA. And it just so happens, it was completely not planned or even a thought in my mind, but almost everything in here is either somehow references LA or California or Chicago, which is where I spent some years growing up. So I have a lot of history there. And I've lived here quite a long time. So, so that, it was fascinating. This was not meant to be autobiographical in any way. Of course, I wasn't alive then, so it couldn't be, but still, it was kind of fun to have that happen. Okay, so, what I have, what I want to do is put these items into the book, and what I would like to do is sort of have the, if I can, I already have some historical things in there that may or may not be in the right time, but it's 3 signatures, so that's, you know, to 33, 34, 34 to 37, and then, you know, 38, 39, or 37, 38, 39. I don't have too much, actually, from the 9. Clearly, the one on the war beginning would be 39. But I just thought if I could put these in, sort of stack them, I could kind of maybe try to put them in a certain signature. That's what I was thinking. This is FDR and Eleanor. I think they are dating. I mean, they are flirting so sweetly. I don't know if you can see her face. They are just so taken with each other in this picture, and this would probably be the Hudson River Valley. And oh, I just love this picture. It may not be the Hudson River Valley, but that's what I'm thinking maybe. So I'm going to make that early. This is Herbert Hoover. Her husband, obviously Herbert Hoover, was the president in 30, 31, and 32. And then FDR was elected in the end of 32 and started in 33. This is a picture of someone. I own this picture, and she just is living in such a house up on stilts. I feel like this was back in, you know, built before the 30s, and it's such a cool picture, and I honestly don't know where else I'll ever use it, so I want to use it. But I could put it in the middle just because I don't have too much going on there. This is the time when Herbert Hoover was giving a talk, and this is when FDR was inaugurated, and this is the outside of here, and this is the inside looking out, which I thought was cool. So, so those go there. And then the New Deal, Social Security was part of that, so I'm going to put that in the middle. This is Eleanor and FDR again. I'll put them in the middle. This is Angela Earhart and her husband, George Putnam. And I just loved finding pictures of these people that aren't what you typically see. You know, we always see her with her pilot hat on, or she's standing in front of an airplane. But here she is looking at a book, well, obviously posing with her husband. Look at all those hats piled up there. Look at that, all the hats and the coats. What a hoot. All right, so I've got the year. It's closer to the end, I forget. In my timeline, it'll tell me when she actually went missing. This, believe it or not, is Einstein and his wife. I think her name is Elsa. And you know, he is in a top hat, and he's got his special suit on, like tails. So this was closer to, this is the later 30s. This is a Century of Progress and the Zeppelin. So this is a big part of my book for the Century of Progress exposition. It's also called Chicago World Fair. And so I think this was the first day of issue, or close to it. And the Zeppelin. Here's a stamp for it as well. Yeah, so this is dated 33. Put that there. This reminded me of growing up in Chicago when we would go and look in the windows, especially at Christmas. That was a thing to do. So I'm just going to put that in the middle because we're getting kind of vacant. This was fun. This is actually from the FDA trying to get Americans to do their part. Like down here it says, are you doing your part for the war effort, right? So they happen to show, they're trying to make us feel bad, I guess, because they're showing these women in France that are pulling, towing the thing that's going to harvest or plant or whatever the case may be. And it talks about it. So I thought that was interesting. So that we'll put there in the latter part. Jane Addams actually was friends with the woman I just had in there. Anyway, I'll find it, but this is cool. And so she was friends with Helen Keller, I believe, and they did some touring together. And she won the Nobel Prize in 31, and she built the whole house, and she died in 35. So she's a person that I would like to include. And Pearl S. Buck was an author who won the Pulitzer Prize. I might include her, not sure. She wrote about China people. And Ruth Benedict, she wrote Patterns of Culture. And that was an anthropological book that we had to read. So I might put her in. She also got some big prize in the 30s. And Mary McLeod Bethune, she was she wanted to improve things for African American children. And in 36, President Roosevelt appointed her the first African American woman to lead a federal office. So these are all firsts that I like because they're women, and so I may put these in. I have some big pages open. I'm not sure I'm going to keep these frames on, though. I don't really like these frames, but I'm going to put that there for now. So, and then I have these little goodies. These were where you would roll your coins and then go get dollars. So I'm going to put those here. And playing cards, Vegas kind of thing. I don't know why I put that in there. I don't think that's not Betty Boop, so I don't know why I put that in. I may or may not use that. This is an envelope. It's dated 1939, so that's great. And it has some wonderful stamps on it. And then Monopoly was invented. And I happened to have bought a bunch of Monopoly pieces. Had them forever, never used them. So I'll have to look on the timeline and see when that was. And these are all black and white pictures from the 30s, I believe. Might have been 40s or so. But if I have space, I'm going to put these in. This is a Kodachrome. There was a lot of Kodak stuff. I think this might be the Met, the Museum of Art, Metropolitan, or a federal building. It's got this stairway and the portico thing. I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyway, I forget when it was, but it was on the timeline, which I fear I threw the one away that I had some of that stuff on, because I ended up doing a lot more curating of my own timeline, and I didn't keep some of that stuff on, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure why those are there. more Monopoly. This is a passbook, statement of a loan. It's kind of cool. Indian prayer, receipt, more cards, foiled. That's more of a 50s thing, I'd say. Okay, so these are just more things that I could use if needed. I like how this is 39. The community chest and Red Cross roll call. I collect Red Cross stuff. This, I just think I like that little paper clip. It's rusted in. I don't know. And this and this. Okay, so these are really just extras. Okay, and another one of these because it's a copy. So I don't need two. All right. So let's go to our first book and see if we can put some of these things in. It's easier to just take it out to work on it. Okay, all right. So you know what? The first thing I want to do is attach this eyelet to this. Let's see how I can get this out. There we go. Okay. I thought about it, and I think because it's just a really nice cotton, everything would show through. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to use my Tombow glue stick. So how is everybody doing? Fall is in the air. Christmas stuff is coming on the scene in Instagram. Hobby Lobby is Christmas head to toe already. Okay, I'm going to put this like this because I want it to go over the edge a little bit, but I mostly want the center of these flowers to show through to the beige coffee dyed and dated paper. So it's kind of part and part. That way I'm not covering up this whole thing because I like this. And I just wanted to kind of have a prettier edge. They did like their foo-foo, even though it was a time of the Great Depression here in the U.S. And of course at the end the war began over in Poland, and France and England got involved. So it was a tough time financially for people. But quilting was really big, and of course making your own clothes and, you know, hand stitching things for furniture and just making things really pretty for the home was a way that they kind of helped to, is that too bright? That's the way they helped to, you know, make the surroundings pretty even if they were living in a pit. Okay, so let's see. So my 30s bash doesn't look like a lot, but I did so much work to get it together. Hours, days. Okay, and this is 30s, late 30s. So let me just put that there. Okay, and then if I do use Pearl and Mary, okay, so this would be in the middle. And Ruth Benedict, Patterns of Culture, she wrote it in 34. You know, it was anthropological field work, and it was really, it still is looked upon as a must read. She taught methods and things like that. So 34. So that could be in the middle. And then Pearl Buck, she wrote the book The Good Earth, and she was the first woman to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature. So that's why I picked them. All right, so I'm going to not worry about them, and I'm going to work on this other group I have. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, was this my... No, I'm confusing myself. Okay. And then I have stamps for everything. Oh, I see. Okay, so hold on a second. That's the end. This is the beginning or the middle? Ah! I put some, this is the beginning. So that's the beginning, and that's the beginning. And that's the middle. Okay, sorry. Okay, so let's see what we can do. And this, of course, these ladies are living much earlier than the 30s, but I love the picture, and I'm going to put it in somehow. Okay. Okay, so let's see. What do we have to work with here? Oh, Helen Keller. Let's see. I hope Helen Keller's in this section. I have a feeling she may not be. But you know what? She's not attached, so I can take her out of where I put her. Because I'm pretty positive Jane and Helen were together a lot. Okay. A 1931 viewpoint of clothing. That's a digital. Let's see if this fits. Not quite. This does, but it's such a cool picture. I kind of hate to have it hidden. Okay, so if I were to cut this down a bit. Hold on. Oh, can't reach it. Okay, I'll just cut. Okay, there we go. There. Okay, that's good. And more can go in there. This is the recipe that needs to be. I have this recipe, and then I have another recipe card. Where is that one? Well, it's typed. That looks... Oh, I think I want to look at the other recipe card and then make my decision, so I'll wait on that. Okay, so this bag could have something on it. Oh, this is cute. That's cute there. This is blank. That's pretty. I think maybe I'll put those little kids there. Because I change my mind as I go through things, I am going to paperclip and then come back and glue. That little kid's tongue out. Can you see that? He's so excited about what he's seeing. He's got his little tongue out. So cute. Okay. I want to see if Jane was with Helen Keller. Let's see. Okay, so she opened, Hull House was in Chicago, so we learned about that when I was growing up. Maybe it was in my Helen Keller timeline that she also chaired the Women's Peace Party, and she served as president of the Women's International League for Peace and Freedom. Okay, so she won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1931 and continued to live and work in Hull House until her death in 1935. Okay, so I'm going to put her at the front of the book. If she worked with Helen Keller, we'll get to that then. But I do think Helen Keller was writing the article that I was referencing in the early 30s. So really, Helen should be here. Okay, I'm going to cut this. This is a really old bag. It's hard to just sliver these bags, isn't it? Okay. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. So I want to cover that. That's unattractive as all get out. She really needs to go like that, so I don't think that's going to work out very well. I don't know if that's going to work in here at all. This might be a good place for the Zeppelin. Okay. It covers up all the ugly. Oops. Yeah. I like that. And then something can go in the bag. And then this page can have something big. Let's see. Such a sweet picture. Yeah, this is the front. So really, I've got to get the FDR stuff going here. This is the space. Oh, Herbert should be first. That's right. And this is Herbert Hoover. Okay, wait. Where did that all go? Okay. All right, so these could go in here. The woman who made this book back in the 30s, she really, she liked it. She liked history, and she liked keeping record, cutting things out and gluing them down. And so I do have these fun corners, Look, I've got these. So I think that might be cute to use there. Sort of adds a sense of how she took a very plain book of limited resources, put it together, and tried to make it look pretty. Now, these are actually the type that these are really old, super old. And so I don't lick them because I don't know what the glue's made of, and I don't know what I might be getting in my mouth. But I use glue on the back, so I stick them all on. Sometimes they don't go in very far, and you have to recut your corner to get them to fit right. Makes me think I didn't cut this picture right. This is a digital that I have had for a long time, and I got it from Mrs. Coggs. There we go. Yeah. Now I'm just going to put this in like this again because I may change my mind. Alright, and then I think this is going to be big enough that I may not need those corners. We'll see. Okay. Alright, then something can go in here. You know what I feel like I want to go in there? Is textiles. Like, for example, this is so beautiful. And this color would have been really popular then. So let's see if we can put this in here. And have it flip over the edge. Oh, that is so pretty. I love that. That's a go. Okay, so I am going to paper clip it. I wish paper clips weren't necessary. I wonder how else I might do it. I don't know. Maybe a silver paper clip is better for that. I have some old looking silver ones. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I need to put one at each edge. That probably is what I need to do. That's pretty tiny. Okay. I could probably whip stitch those corners, but then it never could come out, but that might look better. Okay, let's see. And this is a magazine of needlework and women's clothing and infants clothing. So do we have anything that might oh, Jane Addams, you know, she started Hull House for the disadvantaged women with children. Well, let's not get too ridiculous about it. Let's just move on. I can get just so in my head about stuff. Okay. I like that. Okay. Let's put this here. And I'm thinking maybe I'll put a receipt under here, although I like those two pages together, and I think it gives some peace for the eye. Okay, with that foil, I don't know, did they have foil in the 30s? I don't know. I'm going to look it up. If they did, then I'm going to leave that there. Look at this old list. It's like somebody made a list. Neighbor, righteous, determined. They're spelled wrong, a lot of them, so I think it's a kid's paper. I've had it for ages. Oh, two very blank pages. Okay. All right, let's do FDR here. Okay, that's them dating. This is him being inaugurated. And that's the car. And then the New Deal. I put everything in, and the book is just at the beginning. Okay. I have lots of room. Who knows what I'm going to do? Maybe I need to spread these around more then. All right, well, this is such a darling picture. I so love it that I'm just going to put it all by itself because it's perfect. And then, well, this is a good place for writing, but I don't know that I would be writing on here. Let's see. I have a lot of blank space in this signature, which ordinarily I would be happy about. Where are we at time-wise? Oops, we've got to close. Oh my gosh, I thought my timer was going to ring. Okay, well, we got some stuff done. I want to find things that are flat. To fill in textiles that I can fill in. some of these areas that are blank. I do love looking at the old paper. I absolutely don't mind blankness. So like I've saved some of these little bits. Like that could be a tab if I wanted to go in that direction. It doesn't really show. Love this. This is a handmade. It's not machine made, it's handmade. Wagon wheel pattern. Yeah, I might put that there since that's so not good looking. This could be like a belly band. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to wait and see where it might work as a belly band before I give it up. Okay, I'm going to stop now, you guys, and I'm going to work on this on my own, but you can see where it's going. So if you're thinking of making a book like this, what I do is make all the pages first, and then I'm coming back with what is critical to be in there, and then the textiles will be last. All right? Hope you enjoyed it. Would love to hear comments. Love your likes and love to hear comments so I can get to know you and have a better sense of if you enjoy this and maybe what you're taking away, and if you have any ideas to share that think would help me or be a cool thing to add or whatever, please don't hesitate. Please, that would be so fun. So, have a good week, and I'll see you soon. Take care.